Hey YouTube, welcome back to my workshop. I'm awaiting the biggest storm we're gonna have this winter in the northeastern Arizona area. It's gonna be a great big snowstorm. We're supposed to get 2 or 3 feet. A lot of fun. Anyway, I'm out here in the shop tonight and I want to talk about this. As many of you know, this is a storage unit. I manage storage units with my wife. We live on property. My shop is the biggest unit we have, closest to my house. Not closest to my house, but very close to my house. I've got to run this extension cord out to get all my power in here when doing anything, for my lights, anything like that. This is one of the first things I built with my welder. Not one of the first things. This is the first real project I had. The welds are awful. Not that my welds are getting much better, but they're better than this. So I just wanted to show you how I built it real quick, because I think it's pretty neat and it's probably the most original and creative thing I've ever done. I'm not very good at coming up with my own ideas for things like this. I'm just gonna show you how I built it. So what it's built on is this old wheel hub for like a garden cart wheel. I took the tire off obviously, and so I've got bearings in here, and this sits on a very large bolt back here that is welded to this little piece of steel that is then screwed to one of the beams holding up the storage unit. What I did was I took these pieces of scrap metal out of the scrap metal bin at work one time, brought them home. They're pretty self-explanatory. I just welded them up crossways. What I've got here is a piece of 1/2-inch conduit, and I cut that down and set it across this bolt here. Slid it over this bolt for a sleeve so that I can just roll this thing around as I reel it in or reel out the cord. Well, I don't actually use the handle when I reel it out, but when I reel it in, it makes it just that much easier. And this is welded to the back side of this, and I used to have the head of the bolt here, but I actually ended up cutting it off. Not the bolt, the nut. And I just welded it back there because I was always catching the extension cord on the nut. So then on the inside, I have a nut on the end of that bolt, and that nut is welded just ever so lightly to the bearing on both sides so that it doesn't shift side to side, and it stays in one place. And just, whoops, there goes my lights. And we're back. Anyway, so it rolls around real nice on those bearings and on this bolt that I ran through it, and I just zip tied the extension cord to the inside of the wheel, and I just pull it on out, plug it in, and when I'm done for the night, reel it back in. It's not a perfect design, not the best project I've ever done. Actually, it is one of the better ones I've done despite how bad the welding is. But anyway, it was fun to build. I'll probably build another one someday when I need another one in a bigger shop where I can reel out extension cords out into the yard so that I have power out in the middle of the yard. I can roll them up real nicely inside the shop. For my purposes and where I'm at right now, this is a really awesome little project that I was able to do and finish. So if you ran across this video on your way through YouTube land, please hit subscribe for me. I'd really, really appreciate it. I'm gonna go inside before I freeze and get buried in the snow because we're supposed to get 2 or 3 feet. So have a good one. I'm going to try to stay warm.